So here is another article I have today. And this one is from the Pew Research Center. This is also a little bit older because, as you can see, this was written in 2015, July 10, 2015. All right. And the heading of this is Mestizo and Mulatto, Mixed Race Identities Among U.S. Hispanics. Okay. For many Americans, the term mixed race brings to mind a biracial experience of having one parent black and another white, or perhaps one white and the other Asian. But for many U.S. Latinos, mixed race identity takes on a different meaning, one that is tied to Latin America's colonial history and commonly includes having a white and indigenous or mestizo background somewhere in their ancestry. When asked if they identify as mestizo, mulatto, or some other mixed race combination, 1/3 of U.S. Hispanics say they do, according to a 2014 Pew Research Center survey of Hispanic adults. See, and this is the little pie here. Do you consider yourself to be mixed race? That is, belonging to more than one racial group, such as mestizo or mulatto. And 64% not mixed race. That's pretty high. Mixed race, 34%. And 2% of people don't know. They're like, what? Okay. The term mestizo means mixed in Spanish and is generally used throughout Latin America to describe people of mixed ancestry with a white European and an indigenous background. Similarly, the term mulatto in Spanish commonly refers to a mixed race ancestry that includes white European and black African roots. Across Latin America, these are the two terms most commonly used to describe people of mixed race background. For example, mestizos represent a racial majority in Mexico, most of Central America, and the Andean countries in South America. Mulattoes make up smaller shares of the population in those countries, at most 4%, according to national census or other surveys. In Caribbean countries and Brazil, where populations with African ancestry are larger, mulattoes make up a larger share of their population, 11% in the Dominican Republic and 47% in Brazil. A 68% majority in the Dominican Republic identifies as mestizo, Indio. Wow, I didn't know that. Concepts of multiracial identity have been present in Latin America since colonial times. The Spanish caste system outlined all the different ways the native peoples in New Spain had mixed with Africans and Europeans, and the names and the rights associated with each combination. In the early to mid 20th century, a number of countries in Latin America adopted the concept of mestizaje. I guarantee I didn't pronounce that right. Or mixing and blending, and declared their populations mestizo in an effort to eliminate racial conflict and promote national identity. According to the Pew Research survey of U.S. Hispanics, those who identify as mixed race, mestizo or mulatto, are more likely to be U.S. born than those who do not, 44% versus 37%. They are also more likely than Latino adults who do not identify as mixed race to be non-Mexican, 45% versus 36%, and to have higher educational attainment. 45% have some college or more versus 27%. The use of these labels to describe mixed race ancestry is an example of how racial identity among Hispanics often defies conventional classifications used in the U.S. For example, among Hispanic adults we surveyed who say they consider themselves mixed race, mestizo, or mulatto, only 13% explicitly select two or more races or volunteer that they are quote-unquote mixed race when asked about their racial background in a standard race question, like those asked on the U.S. Census forms. Instead, about 4 in 10 of Hispanic respondents identifying as mestizo/mulatto say their race is white, while 1 in 5 volunteer their race as Hispanic. And these are the little charts here. Which of the following describes your race? You can select as many as apply. And these are the percentages here of what people selected. These findings reflect the challenges the U.S. Census Bureau faces when measuring Hispanic racial identity. When asked about their race in census forms, a significant number of Hispanics do not choose a standard census race category such as white, black, or Asian. Instead, about 4 in 10 select the some other race category. This is coupled with the fact that 2/3 of the U.S. Hispanic adults consider being Hispanic as a part of their racial background, not just an ethnicity. So it goes back to the other race, some other race stuff that I kind of mentioned in my previous article that I just shared with you guys. So, I think that that this is something that a lot of us have just been kind of going with lately. But there is still, as you can see, I guess there's still a significant amount of people that classify themselves as white. But then again, this is older. So this is from 2015. So this is a 5-year-old, almost 5-year-old article. So things might have changed a lot since. I'm not sure. But I thought I would share. And I am going to go for now. I will see you guys in my next video. I see that there's all of these other different things with regards to Latinos and race here on the side, these different articles from around that same time period. But I'll leave the link to this below if you guys want to read it, and you'll be able to see any other articles from this time with regards to how we identify. So anyway, I'm going to go for now, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!